Welcome back, guys. We are doing part 2 credit repair cloud training. We are talking about re-importing a client's credit. What we are working on currently is generating the dispute letters for what's left on the client's file. This is going to be the final round of us sending dispute letters out for our client because they have graduated our program. They no longer have really much more that we can do for them. So make sure you have watched the entire part 1 to this video where it shows you guys how to re-import the client's credit, how to send them audits, how to do all this great stuff that you need to do if you're looking to repair credit, learn to repair credit, or to even start a credit repair business, whether that's a side hustle or a full-time hustle. Either way, this is where you guys need to be. These are the videos you guys need to be watching. These videos were not available to me when I first started, and that's why I do these videos for you. And I invest in, spending the time and the training and the editing and all this stuff that we bring to you guys so we can share this information with you. It's literally life-changing, and you guys need to make sure that you are, reciprocating, because we put a lot of time and effort and money into our videos, and we need you guys to subscribe. We need you to like the videos, comment on the videos, share the videos. If you find value in these videos, share them on your Facebook page, share them on your social media, tell a friend, share it in a text message. Watch this stuff on YouTube, because this is some great information. And the great thing about it is all of this information is free. All that we're asking for in return is your support, which is absolutely free, guys. So make sure you have subscribed. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. We also get paid for our video views on Instagram, just like we get paid for our video views on YouTube. So make sure you are sharing our videos, guys. And again, we are going to be generating dispute letters today directly associated with removing inquiries from your credit file. So even if you don't want to start a credit repair business but want to learn how to remove hard inquiries from your credit report, watch this video. So let's go ahead and get started without further ado. But I will mention all of the links that I talk about in my videos are going to be in the description. So if you are interested in connecting more with me, visit the links in the description. Coaching, mentoring, courses, all of that good stuff is in the description. All right, so tab 3 is where you want to hang out for generating letters. If you are not using the software, use this same concept with like Microsoft Word, Google Docs. We're going to be just doing this inside Credit Repair Cloud because it helps automate the process. You can also get a free 30-day trial to Credit Repair Cloud using the link below, so you can use it. The only thing is with the trial, you don't have access to the letter library, but you can actually just make your own letters. You can import letters into the letter library. You can type out your own letters. You can purchase our letter library. But either way, you can put your letters in and just use this as a tool for at least a month, because after that you'll have to pay for the software, and it is, I believe, $179 a month, which is still worth it to me, even if you're just paying to repair your credit, because this is what someone else would be doing, to be honest with you, right? And you can also help other people along the way. So we're going to select round 2, because round 1 is not something that I ever use, even if it's round 1. You guys probably see that in my other videos. I always select round 2 or higher so I can select a custom letter from my letter library. So we're going to select round 2 or higher. We're going to select this letter is going to the credit bureau. I am then going to go to step 2, which is where I am going to dispute or choose the items that I wish to add to my dispute letters. Add by clicking that green button, and you'll notice that a lot of the items are already in orange, so that means that they've already been disputed. However, when it comes to inquiries, they're always going to be in orange unless they are a new inquiry. So you will need to manually add all of the inquiries that you want to actually dispute. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to start with this client's personal information, because we don't want them to have other addresses on their credit file. And we also want them to remove any sort of consumer statement on their credit profile as well. I did notice this client's credit profile has a consumer statement. And these are often where if you dispute something on your credit, they'll put a consumer statement, but we don't want anything on our consumer statement. So let's go ahead and hit add to dispute. We're going to hit save and continue, so we can go ahead and go to step 3 where we're going to choose a letter. This is going to be a credit bureau letter. And I am actually going to select this personal information letter, which is kind of like a multi-purpose letter that I put together in my letter library. And it just tells them to remove your personal information. If your credit is locked, that's another one that's popular. You can use that letter. So here... And I use Grammarly. It's actually a free little app that you can use for spell check and, grammar corrections inside a Credit Repair Cloud or any software for that matter. And it really helps because Credit Repair Cloud doesn't have spell check. And while, you don't have to spell everything correctly, it is a good idea just to make sure that you're not totally butchering it, right? So even I catch, spelling errors in my letters inside of my letter library because they don't have spell check. So we're just going to ask them, see here. All right, so that looks good. And actually, you know what I want to do is I want to add to this letter something. So if you're looking at a letter and you're like, hey, I want to change this letter, we're going to duplicate our tab. And we're going to just do it. We're going to go to our letter library inside a Credit Repair Cloud. But this way you don't get lost. You don't have to go back and do all this stuff over. We're going to click into that letter. And I am going to select, I'm going to go select inside the letter. And I'm going to go to format. And I'm going to clear all this formatting so I can better adjust this stuff. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add all of the dispute items and explanations to this letter. So I need to select this little bracket right here because it's a placeholder. And what that's going to do is it's going to insert that information into this letter, like right here, right? So I'm just going to say, you have the following inaccurate information. And see how I spelled that wrong? You can just do like that and boom, it spells it right for you. You have the following inaccurate information listed on my credit report and I want it deleted. And you'll see this will list out everything here. So again, we're going to make sure that we've removed the formatting, clear formatting, so everything looks the same. And okay, so that looks good. There's nothing more that would be needed here. This one's to unlock. I'm going to take the numbers out because this is kind of like a multi-purpose letter. So if one of these lines don't really apply to what I'm doing, then of course we can just delete those. But we're able to kind of update that real quick and submit that. Okay. Now we're going to go back over here and we're like, okay, we just updated our letters. Let me go back by hitting this little back button at the bottom left. We're going to just leave. And we're going to update it by just selecting a different letter category, then going back to the letter category so it kind of refreshes itself. And then we're going to select that letter again and generate the letter. And even though I still don't like how this spacing is, I'm not going to trip off it too much because Credit Repair Cloud puts a lot of spacing in their letters. So you see now all this information is in there. We could just take out the previous account number because that's not really relevant, and it just looks like it's coming from Credit Repair Cloud. So this looks good. We're going to move on to the next letter. We don't need to save it yet because we're going to save it at the very end. Experian, same thing. Just take out the account number. We don't need that in there, and then bring the line up. So we're just saving a little space. TransUnion, do the same thing there. Just take out the account number. And if you guys are finding value in these videos, I need you to share them. I need you to give me a thumbs up. I need you to subscribe, put those bell notifications on, leave me a comment, you know, show some love to the channel, guys, because that's how we get paid. We get paid by views on Instagram and YouTube. So we're going to save it now. We're going to save this for later. And this is the final round. So I'm just going to put personal info plus and remove consumer statement. Actually, what I want to do is I don't want this unlocked there. I'm going to take that out because sometimes when clients move and their address is not accurate, credit bureaus might freeze or lock their credit file. So when they're trying to pull their credit, nothing shows up, and that's usually why. So we'll bring all that up so it kind of saves space because we don't need all that space. The longer the letters are, the more paper it is, the more postage is. You really only need to send this with a stamp envelope. You don't need to send it certified mail. If you want to track it, you certainly can. It's up to you. I'm just saying if you don't want the extra expense, you certainly don't need to. All right, now we're ready to save. And we're just going to hit save. That's going to save all 3 letters and put it on into our batch print, and we can print all of our letters when we're done disputing all of our clients. So we're going to hit back because we want to go back to the letter wizard for this particular client. We've already done all these things. So this is kind of like our canvas. We're just going to clear it off. We're going to add some more items that we plan to send to the credit bureaus. And in this case, it's going to be like all of these inquiries. So one thing that I like to do is I like to work smarter and not harder. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to log into this client's credit report, and I'm just going to copy all of the inquiries because it's a lot easier to copy them, and it's kind of like a hack that I do to make it easier for me. So I'll open up another window, and I'm just going to log into the credit repair monitoring. So you're going to go to tab 1, because tab 1 is where the login credentials are located for the credit monitoring for the clients. And of course, you guys won't be able to see that, but you are going to go under tab 1, which is import audit. Scroll to the very bottom and you'll see client credit report access details. That's where your client's credit monitoring information is located, so you can easily copy and paste it and be able to work inside of their credit monitoring side by side because it's going to be necessary. So again, we're going to go to reports, 3B reports and scores. We're going to switch to classic view. We're going to scroll down to the very bottom where all of their inquiries are located. And again, if you do need to contact any of the creditors that are located on your credit report, all of the creditor contact information is located at the very bottom of your credit report. Okay, so we are going to select all of these inquiries. So I'm just going to go like this, and I'm going to copy. Oops. I'm going to copy. So I'm going to select them, and I'm going to hit Control C on my keyboard. I'm going to go into Excel, and you'll see I was doing this earlier for somebody else because it's just that easy. And I'm going to right click, and I'm going to paste special, and I'm going to paste text. All right, so that easily copied and pasted all of the information that I need. So I can easily just copy and paste it and there's no guessing, right? So I'm going to sort it. I'm going to bring this over here so you guys can see. I'm going to sort this by column F, which is by bureau. And I'm going to just take out some of the ones that might be valid. Oh boy. So he just got an inquiry with Navy. There's a lot. Okay, so let's take a look and see which ones we actually want to dispute. Anyone from 2021 is not really necessary, and I don't know if they recently applied for something, but we're going to leave the oldest one in there, and we're going to dispute. We're not going to dispute the oldest one, so we're going to leave that one as valid, and we can try to dispute some of the other ones. I'm probably going to leave the one that. Just one other one. I'm gonna leave one off. So, oh boy, which one? It seems like a lot of these are duplicates. That's the reason why I'm disputing them on an open account, because right now he would have like 5 or 6 different inquiries, and we don't want that. So, yeah, I think I'll just leave all those on there, and they can try to fight us on them, which they probably will, especially with it being TransUnion. So let's see any of these other places. I don't think so. And if they are valid, then, you know, they can fight us on them. So let's go ahead and just copy from Excel into Credit Repair Cloud. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to generate a letter that basically has all of this stuff in it, so it will automatically add all of this to a letter. But I'm just going to I'm going to manipulate the system a bit and just use that as a letter, and then put everything in the system under dispute, because we are disputing everything, but I don't like the way the system always puts it, because it looks like it's coming from Credit Repair Cloud. So I always try to do things a little bit different, right? So I'm going to select credit bureau letters, and this is going to be a inquiry removal letter. And this is going to be it. Credit inquiry removal. We're going to hit generate letter. And I'm going to take out all of these numbered items. I'm just going to select them and remove them. I'm going to select the information from my Excel sheet, which are all of the inquiries left on the file to dispute, and I'm going to copy them or paste them in just like that. So it automatically will do that. And that's why I say that you can use the same concept with like Microsoft Word, Google Docs, because it's just a lot of copying and pasting and putting the data together, right? So the most important thing that you want to point out is the inquiry name and the inquiry date. You want to let them know that it is they did not have permissible purpose or any other reason to put this on your credit profile. So say, for example, we're like, you know what, I like this letter, but I don't love this letter. We're just going to hit that back button, and we're going to use our other tab that we have open in Credit Repair Cloud, and we're going to go to the letter library. And let's just say we want to do inquiry. So I have this new credit inquiry letter, and say we want to use this one, but we want to, you know, create a new letter. So we're like, you know what, we want to make something new, and I just want a new letter so I can say that no one's ever used this letter. So we're going to just hit add new letter, select credit bureau. We're going to put A1. I use A1 for all my dispute letters, so they populate at the top, and I know that they're the ones that I created. This is going to be inquiry removal, and then I'll put the date. So today is January 26th. And then I'm going to paste this in here. And since I've downloaded Grammarly, it will help me spell check everything so I can make sure everything's right. If I need to add any automations, I would do so by selecting some of the placeholders from bracket to bracket. So if I wanted to add a creditor name or a dispute and explanation, I can do all of that. So let's take a look at the letter. So it says, I recently reviewed my credit report and found unauthorized inquiries. I contacted the below creditors. I'm going to put, I contacted the creditors and they have no proof I initiated such inquiries, nor do they have any written authorization. I'm going to put, I'm going to change this up. I've contacted the creditors and they have no proof I initiated no proof or written authorization and have failed to provide any permissible purpose I initiated, I approved these. Actually, let's just kind of keep it simple. I'm just going to put, I contacted the creditors and they have no proof or written authorization and have failed to provide any permissible purpose regarding these inquiries. I'm going to put, all right, so next is, since they do not have my authorization or authorization, written or verbal, I ask that you delete. I'm going to say ask. I demand you delete these unauthorized inquiries from my credit report immediately, as there is no evidence of any authorization nor permissible purpose or any permissible purpose. Okay, I'm going to put I'm going to not just put I attempted, I called you regarding this matter, and your customer service agent was not aware, your customer service agent was not aware of the law and asked me to provide this legal information in writing, which is best since it will be documented in case I must seek a federal and civil lawsuit against you. According to Section 604 of the Fair Credit Reporting Act, permissible purpose of Consumer Reports 15, I'm going to put U.S. Code 1580B, and we're going to go ahead and use the law on them. I like to do this often. Copy. Okay, so let's bring up another browser and we're going to just go to Google. And I like to use the Cornell Law website. And they're usually the first ones that come up when you Google this stuff. So we're going to select this and I'm going to put it right, oops, the wrong tab. And I'm going to actually copy And I'm going to paste it. I'm going to remove the formatting. Just kind of reformat the letter. And again, sometimes you have to remove formatting like several different ways, and you have to change the way that this is formatted. Okay, so you can just change it to a different size, and this is all really good information that you guys should really be going over. We have a cheat sheet for the law, which actually is like, connected to the Cornell Law website. And I recommend that you guys get it because it is a great way for you to use the law and include the law into your dispute letters. Okay, so let's put there here. There we go. So I don't like to put a lot of space because if I put more space, that means it's going to take up more paper, and I don't want that. Okay, so okay, perfect. So that looks good. Okay, let's try to get that space out of there. Any extra spaces, we want to just get them out of there. We do not need additional spaces. So I'm just going to select everything. I'm going to make sure that all the formatting is clear. I'm going to make sure that this is like a little bit bigger. I'm going to make sure that the font sizes are all the same. There we go. Size, they probably don't need to be that big. I would say like probably size 10 is big enough. Or we can even go probably size 11. Let me see. Nope. So it's either a 10 or 12. So I think 10 is perfectly fine. Less is better sometimes. Okay, so that looks good. We're going to go ahead and actually bring that up because we can. It looks better. I don't need this bolded. So sometimes when you have things that are formatted, you have to submit what you have, and then you have to go back into the file and edit it again. So I don't know why it does that, but I'm going to do it inquiry, and we're going to just reformat it real quick. Take the bold out of there because when you're printing, you don't want additional ink. Like you have to think we're trying to save on anywhere we can. So what we want to do is we don't need any bold. We don't need anything that's going to take more paper or more ink. So we want to just take the formatting, clear it. Sometimes it doesn't always clear, but we can try to format, and this is going to be all paragraphs. Yeah, I don't know why it does this, but at any rate, we're just going to select the font, and you can select a different font, and we can make sure that the font sizes are all the same, size 12. And sometimes you can remove the boldness. So sometimes it'll let you, sometimes it won't. Sometimes you have to choose a different heading. Maybe if it's heading 6, it doesn't seem to be wanting to do it, of course. So let's just leave it as is. And it'll just be a little bit bold. So no big deal. We're going to submit that. And this is going to be our new inquiry letter. So we just put together a whole new custom inquiry letter that we can use for this year and moving forward. So that's pretty exciting. So all that we need to do is go back into the tab that we're actually working on the client's file in and go select a different letter category. So it kind of refreshes, go back into credit bureau. And then we're going to look for that letter that we just created and we're going to generate these letters. They look good. And we're going to delete all of this numbered information because we're just going to copy and paste. Boom, copy, paste. It's that easy. Okay, we can move this up. Looks like it doesn't want to move, so we'll just leave it. And go to the Experian tab, do the same thing. This stuff isn't always fun, but it's really important that you guys see it because I'm telling you, this would have helped me tremendously had I had this type of training. So all that I ask is that you guys, show me some love, watch my videos, because that's how we make money. We get money based on your views, and YouTube will push our videos to more people if you like and comment on the videos. So if you could share, like, comment, subscribe, make sure you turn those bell notifications on so you can get notified when we are dropping videos, because I have less and less time to do videos these days. So pretty soon I'm not going to be creating videos anymore, and you're going to have to get my course if you want any of the videos, because that's where all of my training videos are going to be, in my course. So make sure that you guys are taking advantage of these free videos while they are still available. And yeah, so we're going to go ahead and copy the items from TransUnion and get those over and situated, copy. We're going to delete all those numbers, and then boom, there you are. And again, the most important thing is adding the name and the date and the instruction of what you want them to do. If it was, and of course the reason why. So why you're disputing it, the instruction on what you want. In this case, it's unauthorized. The instruction would be delete it, and the inquiry name and the inquiry date. Okay, we're going to hit save. And this is going to be our final letter. This is going to be I and Q. And we can even save it as I and Q for inquiry. We're going to save all those letters. So you see the letters have successfully saved. We're going to hit our back button right here. And now we're done. This is all the stuff that we just disputed. So you can now click on save pending items and see that there's nothing left. Like if we clear out all of these by just hitting the little trash can, you can see that everything on the client's file has already been disputed and everything is under dispute. So that's great. So yeah, the only thing that this client really has left to do is add trade lines, because credit repair is a two-step process. Step one is cleaning the credit report and making sure the credit report is free of any derogatory items. Derogatory items are collections, charge-offs, anything that has a late payment status that is not, current, anything that's showing late 90 days, late 120 days, anything that is showing signs of distress is obviously derogatory negative item. So we want to clear the credit first. In this client's case, all they have left are some inquiries, and they are going to be ready for trade lines and continuing to build and grow their credit. So this is the last month that they're going to have credit repair with us. If you are interested in signing up for credit coaching, credit repair, trade lines, anything to do with credit, my name is Credit Coach Nicole Scott. Make sure that you have subscribed to my channel. Make sure you have followed me on Instagram at Credit Coach Nicole Scott. and you can get a bunch of free information and additional ways for us to connect. Whether you want to schedule a call or sign up for coaching, you can use the links in the description to do all of the above. Until next time, guys, I thank you so much for spending some time with me today, and I'll see you next time.